Hello and welcome to my channel. I want to talk to you today about this tune that I wrote called Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed is about a tumbleweed. I envision this kind of being this little tumbleweed going through an old western town, like a mining town or something like that. Maybe it's a movie set, whatever you'd like to think about. Because that's what I think it sort of sounds like, is a tumbleweed. I like to write music that does two things. One, I hope that you enjoy it, that you think it's cute, it's fun, and that you're having a good time. The second thing is I want to teach you something very specific. And this song, I want to teach you about A major. So here's the hand frame for A major, and it's something that you need to be very aware of, that I have 2 whole steps and a half. There's my G string, and there's my D string. And then my A string I scoop back, and then my E string I get to do the same thing. So you have 2 hand frames, bottom 2 strings, top 2 strings. The other thing I want to talk about in this song is this idea of retaking, getting back to the frog and going up, down. And so I want to share those 2 things with you. Right away you get to do the up, down thing. This is in measure 6. You know, I like to tell students, oh, I kind of lied to you when you're a kiddo. I told you that when you do a retake, your next bow is a down bow. And then I told you, retake, get back to the frog, and your next bow is a down bow. Well, I kind of lied, because sometimes when I do a retake, my next bow is an up bow, okay? And that's what happens in measure 6. It happens all over the song. I want you to work on the retake, but I don't really mean the frog. I don't mean right at the frog. I really just mean, I say frog, because I want you to go towards the frog. And then, that's measure 10. So here's measure 6. Retake, up, down. Here's measure 10, retake, up, down. Okay? And so this is motion of going back to the frog, but up bow as your next bow is really, really important. Now, measure 13. Right there. Really important that you understand how to play in A major. So it measure, that'd be 14. I've got to have G sharps, 2 whole steps on my D string, okay? But when I string cross to the A string, whole step, half step. Do you see that? Yada. I got 2 whole steps. I like to say my third finger is doing some gymnastics. Here's the D string, here's the A string. Here's the D string, here's the A string. And I need to have some control over that finger and that finger alone. Matter of fact, when your teacher's talking to the cellos, because they get the melody at the beginning, a really great practice for you is just to literally just do this a bunch and think about it. Why don't you do that with me? Which you do guitar position and 2 whole steps, the half step. 2 whole steps, whole step, half step. And watch my third finger. And make your third finger do those gymnastics. And be really good about doing just that for a while. That's really, really great practice. As a matter of fact, that's what you need to do on this tune. Now, the other thing I want you to work on is B, A, G sharp, 2 whole steps, 4th finger A. Okay? It's better than an open A. Because then you can string cross with the new bow, B, C sharp, and third finger pulls back, D, E. B, A, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E. See how my third finger did that? Wow, it's all over the place. Let's try that. Here we go. Ready and go in. Ooh, and make sure that that E gets up there enough. Again, ready and go in. Ready and go in. Bum, ba, dee, dee, da, da. There's my melody. 1 and 2, and here we go. And do it again. Here we go. And last time. Now, sometimes we think high and low. It's not really low. It's normal. High third finger, normal, right? Get up there. And then back to the pits. And you're right there on the pits. Right, that's an A. You're right back there for the pits. Okay, so let's measure 14. Measure 17. That one's a little bit trickier, but it's the same idea. G sharp to A, and then pull her straight back for the D. G sharp, pull it back. Here goes 17, 2, here we go. Let's do it again, 2, here you go. Okay, the next spot's a little bit of a miscellaneous. There's this little section that there's some pizzicato, and I've got you playing on the on all 3 strings, actually all 4 strings, eventually doing some pizzicato. If you need to, take your thumb and anchor on the fingerboard, but I want you to pitch a little bit high on the fingerboard, what you normally do. A lot of students like to pitch back here, a little bit of a sharp sound. I want it to thin out a little bit, and make sure you use the fleshy part of your finger, right? And really get your left hand into the string. Get it in there, right? And then now here we go. That would be at this running 8th note section, and there it has the low C sharp that I have that 2 whole steps yet once again. Okay. So there's the C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp. Now here's what's cool about this. It's an A major scale, but it's really just going from C sharp to C sharp rather than A to A. It's just a scale pattern. G sharp, C sharp. Make sure I really do that in my left hand. Get that little B in tune, okay? So let's try that again right there. A 1 and 2, and here we go, and there you go. Okay, and now the very, very end. Here's this, I was talking about this, get back to the frog, up, retake, back to the frog, up. And then you wait a little bit, 2, 3, up. In other words, I don't want you doing this. I want this all in that lower part. So I say frog, I don't really mean the frog. I really mean just the lower part of the bow. Go towards the frog. Rest, up, and rest, up. 1, 2, 3. You see how that works? Let's do that again. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then you hear the cellos go, A, and you go right on beat 4. You gotta be ready for it. Get your left hand into the string, and your first finger into it, so that you can really pop the A. I kind of think of this tumbleweed going along and doink, just hits a building or something like that. A in the cellos, doink. It kind of works that way, okay? I think that's about it for you. And so just to recap, A major, really working this third finger that's a D, third finger that's a G sharp, and spend a lot of time on this third finger gymnastics. Get that finger to behave, okay? And then this retake up, down, retake up, down. It's really, really important, okay? I will see you on the next video.